And don't you know you're supposed to have a smile on your face if your son brings home a white or Hispanic woman? Because if she sees that you're not really happy about her being with your son, she's going to have an attitude towards you for the rest of that relationship, as if you should care, right? But she's going to have some type of resentment towards you. Even if it's a fake smile, she'll give you a fake smile, but with an attitude behind it. You know, they can tell, these non-black women, they can tell when you don't really approve of them being with black men. They can automatically tell. And what really gets me is that they actually have the nerve to have some sort of resentment towards black women for not really wanting them to be with the men in our community. Well, first off, if the table was switched around, how would she act if all the men in her community were being pondered off onto her enemies? How would she take that? Would she be so more than willing to allow the son that comes out of her womb to go and be with her enemies? I mean, you know, it's almost like the world wants to push this shit up into the faces of black women and make her accept it, but yet let your daughter go and try and pursue one of their men in their community, and let's see how many smiles you get as a black woman. It wasn't that long ago that I saw all kinds of violence online happening towards black women from Hispanic men. One of them was at a school where this tall, big-boned Spaniard-looking guy attacks this small little, looked like she might have been 5'5", small-boned, dark, black-skinned female. And he basically takes his hand and pushes her head into the desk, and everybody sat around cheering him on, and yet these are the same women that come into the black community wanting to date our sons, but yet this is how they act whenever a black female gets attacked by one of the men in their community. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say that Latinos will raise their sons to stick with the women in their community, but yet they're fine with their daughters marrying any man who is able to financially take care of them. So it's frowned upon for Latino men to date outside their race, but it's actually encouraged for Latino women to marry whoever they can get as long as he can financially provide. That's what it seems like to me. And to me, that's just a whole lot of nerve. So you can actually detest on black women. You can actually hate on black women, can't stand the very sight of her, but yet secretly wanting to run around with and fool around with her sons and even procreate with them. But yet you'll frown upon black women leaders in society. If a black woman wants to run for president of the United States, she won't vote for her just because she's black. Even though she might be a Democrat, she would rather vote Republican to keep that black woman from being in office. But then she'll turn around and go and try and date and marry and procreate with the sons of black women. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. The hatred for the black woman is beyond comprehension. This is a worldwide thing. I've been in workplace environments where women from all different backgrounds can't stand the sight of black women, especially black American women. And it's like, what did I ever do? I don't even know you guys. I don't have any historical past with you. Last time I checked, your people did my people wrong. It wasn't the other way around. And so if anyone should be holding resentment, it should be me. Bitch, you're trying to date my son. You're the one that doesn't like me. But yet you're going to have vitriol and animosity towards me? Are you confused? Bitch, it should be the other way around. I'm the one that should have the animosity and the vitriol. Your ancestors did wrong to my ancestors. They try to make you think, because I guess it's out of guilt, that you're the one in the wrong for not wanting to accept them coming into your family line and destroying your genes, turning your kids into Spaniards or into Anglo-Saxon mulattoes. This is why we got Iberian mulatto running around with this animosity towards black people, because again, this is how these people raise their children. They raise them to be racist towards black people, and then they wonder why black women don't want them dating their sons. Well, I mean, open your eyes and look at what you're doing and what you've done in the past and what you're still doing to this very day. And if you point this stuff out, they still will have animosity towards you, because they know what their ancestors have done, and they know what they're still teaching their people in their community to this very day. They still will have an animosity towards black women, but yet they're running around with black men all over the place. Even Latino men, some of them are cool with black men but can't stand black women. Like, black women are the ones that went into Mexico and unalived all of their people. They act like black women did that. No animosity for white people at all. No vitriol towards white people. Just angry at black women because they don't want you dating their sons. It's like, wow. It's just unbelievable. Same thing with the Anglo-Saxon. It's the same type of thing. She will raise her sons to promote white supremacy, and she raises them to only date within their own race. And if he wants to date outside the race, it can only be an Asian woman. That's the only thing they'll accept. But if a white guy goes for a black female, oh, that's they can't stand that. They will completely disown him and their grandchildren. But yet, if their white daughters want to go for one of our NBA players or NFL players or one of our rappers, as long as he's making in the six figures, and we're talking millions, oh, they're perfectly okay with that, because they would rather have your financially rich, stable men marry one of their daughters than to marry one of yours. So naturally, they're going to accept your very, very rich men marrying the women in their community, and then they'll encourage them to divorce him after 5 years or so. Sure. Go ahead and marry him, have a couple of kids, and then divorce him, and then go and marry who we really want you to marry. And then you'll be financially set. You know how long this has been going on in the black community, where our men are marrying these women outside of the race, and then they marry them long enough to get the bag, and then they divorce them, and then they're made into millionaires and billionaires overnight. just go spend 5 months with this guy and you'll be a billionaire, because he would rather parade you around than to be seen with the women who he grew up with, just because she's not seen as the symbol of beauty in the nation that she was taken captive, that she's held captive in, and won't even, she's not even allowed to have reparations because the daughters of her enemies are against her getting reparations, but yet they're perfectly for marrying her rich, stable, financially stable sons. You see what I'm talking about here? Do you understand where I'm going? I mean, it's the nerve. White women, along with Latino women, have so much nerve when it comes to black women to have any kind of animosity towards them. And I'm not talking about the darker skinned Latino women. I don't have any animosity or vitriol towards them, because they didn't really do anything to black people, and they're still, a lot of them are still very cool with black people. I'm talking about the white skinned Latino women who are at least 55% or more Spaniard, and you can see it. They got that white skin, and they look just, they're walking around looking just like Brad, okay, because they're Brad's descendants. Okay, those are the ones I'm talking about, and those are the ones that are mainly running after black men. It's the nerve of you, because you should be dating the men in your own community. If you don't like black women, and you don't, a lot of you don't, then why not just marry the men that come from your own womb, your own culture, your own DNA family line? If you're so proud of being a Latino, why don't you marry Latino men? What did they do to run you off to black men? You know, same thing with Anglo-Saxon women. What did your men do to make you go and date people who your ancestors and who most of the people in your community can't stand the very sight of? Why would you marry into that, even if it is being promoted by the media? Why would you allow that to mind control you? Hell, I've been on public transportation, whether it's an airplane or a bus, anything that's anything where it's public transportation. And sometimes I'll go on these transportation, and I'll clearly see that white people will refuse to sit next to me, but they'll be fine with sitting next to a black man. Somehow he's acceptable. I'm a mixed race female. Somehow I'm not acceptable. And don't sit up here and say maybe it's because you stink, because that's not the case. It's got everything to do with my features. I guess I don't look white enough. You know, maybe it's the 4C hair. I'm not sure what it is. But I've noticed white people have a big problem sitting next to me. They will sit at a table. If I walk into an environment and sit down at an empty table, and all the rest of the tables are full with anything other than black people, the next person that walks in will sit at a table with other non-black people rather than to go and sit at a table with me or any other black person. They have a big problem sitting next to black people in any kind of environment where they have to sit next to you. They will get up and move. Especially white women. I've noticed it's very, very common amongst white women and a lot of white men. They hate sitting next to black people. It's almost like they have some kind of fear that they're going to turn black if they sit next to you. And with white women, my question is this: so you won't sit next to me because I have black skin, but then you'll turn around and mix your DNA with my son's DNA? And then raise those kids like they're the prettiest thing on the planet, but yet you'll hate their grandparents, but you'll love them because they come out of your womb as if they don't have any DNA within them from the black race. I mean, It's a sickness that white and Latino people have. It is a sickness. Can't stand the black woman, but more than willing to race mix with her sons, though. It's just unbelievable, the hatred and vitriol that black women get in this country. But more than willing to turn around and race mix with black men, though. As if these black men come out of the wombs of white women. I guess maybe that they're convincing themselves that in the back of their minds or something. I don't know. But it's just kind of odd to me. It seems like if I didn't like someone, if I won't vote for someone, if I don't want to sit next to someone, you can best believe I'm not going to be allowing my sons to go and marry their daughters. I mean, that just wouldn't seem right to me. If I don't like someone that much, why would I want my daughters marrying their sons? Even if the media is promoting it, that's not what I would want. And I don't understand why and how Latino men actually go for this. They allow their daughters to go and marry and date all these black men, yet they can't stand black women, and a lot of them can't stand black men. But they're perfectly okay with their daughters marrying black men, really? Because last time I've checked, 9 out of 10 Latino and Anglo-Saxon women also end up single-parented when dealing with black men. It's almost 9 times out of 10 that is the case. Most of them are unwed single parents too. They're not divorced. They are completely unwed from the beginning. You know how many single biracial couple, or how many biracial children that I see running around with single mothers? It's a lot. It's a lot. But it don't stop these non-black women from wanting to jump in bed with these black men, though. They don't care what happens. They don't care about the feminicide in the black community. They don't care about the femicide rates. They don't care about the rates of single parents in the black community. They don't see none of that, because they always think they're going to be the ones that end up married to these black men, because they always have this thing in the back of their minds that, oh, well, when he gets with me, I'll be able to change him. He'll change with me. I'll be able to keep him tamed because I'm a trophy. I got real hair and white skin, so he'll stay with me. It never works. 9 times out of 10, no matter how pretty they are, no matter how long and silky that hair is, they still end up single parented. The minute he gets tired of her, he dumps her and will go for her best friend, someone in her neighborhood, or some girl down the block, or some girl across the country. But when he gets tired of her, he leaves her like he does in the black community. It's the same thing everywhere this black man goes. And his reputation has not been affected yet. It's just amazing the praise that black men get. It's unbelievable. But yet, people want to leave that black woman by herself. Why? Because she gives birth to the black men, the very thing that this world loves. They love that black man, but can't stand that black woman. And you know, it's just, to me, it's just, you know, makes me think maybe black women should just stop having children altogether. Just stop producing melanin. Then how is this world going to survive? Go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section, and don't sit up here and try to say, oh, well, bitch, you're just jealous. No, here's the thing. Turn this around and put yourself in our shoes. Put yourself in the black woman's shoes for once. Would you want your sons dating women that don't even like you, but yet they want to marry all of your men with potential, but they can't stand you. Would you want your sons to marry the daughters of your enemies? I mean, how do you think black women are supposed to feel? It don't have a thing to do with competition. It has a thing to do with a lot of them are being brainwashed by our own media. And why they're doing that is beyond me. When they can't even stand black people. Maybe they're doing it to cause the birth rates in the black community to decline. And the black family to split up. Maybe that's why they're doing it. I have no idea. But it seems to me like it would make better sense to just offer reparations for black people to leave the United States. Go ahead and leave your comments in the comments section, and I will get back with you guys later. Thanks so much for listening.